And this video, I'm going to talk last American-Israeli hostage is to be set free and is to be brought to Qatar to meet with the Emir of Qatar. Again, this stream keeps disconnecting and reconnecting. I don't know what's going on. This stream keeps disconnecting and reconnecting. I don't know what's going on. I hope it's working. Anyway, the last American-Israeli hostage is to be set free by Hamas, and somehow they're going to bring him. I don't know what's going on. Somehow they're going to bring him from Gaza to Qatar. I guess either through the Egyptian border or the Israeli border. I don't know. And then they're going to fly him to Qatar to meet the Emir of Qatar, Israel, during his visit to the Middle East. He's going to visit Qatar to pick up his 747 super deluxe Boeing jumbo jet, made at apparently $400 million. It's referred to as the Palace in the Sky, etc. But honestly, it feels a little, it's a little disturbing that they're bringing a hostage who's been living in terror tunnels for 17 months to Qatar to meet with the emir of a country. Qatar has been giving a lot of material and other support to those guys for many, many years. Not just when Israel occasionally may have said to them, yeah, keep funding them. By the way, why did Israel say to them, keep funding them? Because Israel said, we want them to not. Obviously, that was a mistake. But, it wasn't a mistake. I mean, these people needed to eat. They needed to have water. They needed to have electricity. They needed to have, materials, medicine, things like that. So it's understandable that Israel would have asked Qatar to keep funding them. The last American-Israeli hostage that they're holding, they're going to bring him to Qatar to shake the hands of Trump and the Emir of Qatar. I mean, it's bizarre dystopian weirdness. And then, on top of that, Trump isn't even going to step in Israel. It's like I said, his relationships are purely transactional. And the moment he sees an opportunity for self-interest, he will drop an ally and, completely not back them or, look, he still lets Israel buy all the weapons that Israel needs. No problem. He still lets Israel have a free hand in Gaza. That's great. So no complaints there. But, let's be honest. He's been, slowly but surely cutting Netanyahu out of consultations, etc., because he wants to do things his way, and that's fine. He's the president of the United States. He can do things his way. He's the president. That are within his powers. He doesn't have to consult with allies necessarily, but considering all the circumstances of the reality of the realpolitik, it's highly unusual to say the least, but not unexpected to me at all. And this is exactly why I told you guys I would not be surprised to see him do something like this. And I've been saying it for a long time, obviously. Another 50 more or more that are still being held, of which dozens are alive. Who knows how many? And probably dozens are dead too, according to the IDF. So it's a very difficult reality that Israel is facing. That most of the hostages that are being held are probably not even alive. And the ones that are still alive are suffering incredibly. And it would be nice to see this all end sooner rather than later. But anyway, meanwhile, the fight goes on.